Elon Musk, first buddy, is on a major losing streak, and it's one of the reasons that Donald Trump elected not to have him come into his administration and stay a little bit further away in a quote-unquote blue ribbon panel on efficiency to make recommendations. And if you thought that panel was a do-nothing panel, wait till I tell you that Marjorie Taylor Greene is the point person in the Congress to try to implement the several $1 trillion of recommended spending cuts that Ramaswamy and Musk are going to recommend from outside the candy store. They're outside the candy store yelling in, hoping that Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to deliver the cuts. I'm going to break it all down for you on this particular hot take. How did we even get here? Elon Musk was rumored to be given the keys to the kingdom, but it looks like he wore out his welcome. In fact, there was a major blowout or fight at the dinner table in Mar-a-Lago between these two sibling rivalries. Boris Epstein on one hand, who's Donald Trump's main guy, who's picking all the lawyers that are coming into all the different cabinet positions and into the White House and the Department of Justice, and Elon Musk, who had the temerity to challenge Boris Epstein in front of Donald Trump, like two feuding children, over these picks. Now, in rock, paper, scissor world, Boris is going to win that fight. Boris is as close to Donald Trump as can be. He picked his criminal defense legal team, and so far he has prevailed, except for Matt Gaetz, and we'll talk about the fight in a minute, except on the Matt Gaetz pick, which spectacularly blew up in Donald Trump's face. That was also a Boris Epstein special, but that fight and that blow up about the quality of the pick, so to speak, is one of the reasons that Donald Trump put Elon Musk with Ramaswamy outside, not inside, outside the government with this phony Department of Governmental Efficiency. You know, a cute trolling name named after Elon Musk's commitment to a meme cryptocurrency called DOGE, D-O-G-E. And the initials are DOGE, but it's not a department. It's not an agency. Only Congress can create that. And they're not doing that anytime soon, nor are they making Elon Musk the head of it. It's basically just a glorified blue ribbon panel, you know, like at a state fair that picks the biggest pig or who's got the best pickled preserves, you know, that kind of panel. So they needed an inside person. Since they're at, it's not even the kids' table. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up. It's not even, here's the adults' table and here's the kids' card table set up next to it. This is like outside at a picnic table, you know, where they can barely hear what's going on when the adults are talking. That's where Musk has been relegated to because he's fallen out with the real people who are the closest to Musk. I mean, Musk fell in love with the fact that, I don't know, one of the granddaughters for Donald Trump called him Uncle Elon, and he was in the family photo. Forget all that. If you're really that close to him, you'd be the Treasury Secretary, or you'd be some sort of cabinet pick. You wouldn't be at this other thing, this distorted thing. So now, if you had any doubt about my analysis, the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene has been picked by Speaker Johnson and by the head of the Oversight Committee in Congress, James Comer, to be the point person for Musk and Ramaswamy, that's all you need to know. If you want to ensure that nothing gets done, pick the least like member of the House, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who almost took down Johnson. Speaker Johnson just gave her this bone to kind of patch things up with Marjorie Taylor Greene because she led the charge with Matt Gaetz. Remember him? Matt Gaetz, to try to take down the speaker. And he said, you know what? I got a good place. He basically put her in a rubber room, right? With rounded scissors where she can't hurt anybody, and gave her a pot of paste and said, go sit in the corner. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So I love the announcement. She's met with Musk and Ramaswamy about this phony department or agency, and they're going to get to the bottom of waste and inefficiency. Okay. First of all, this Congress is effectively the same Congress as the last Congress in terms of the 118th versus the 119th. Nothing really has changed, right? It's just, for the Republican MAGA, it's just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. It's the same people. And they're going to get the same amount of things done. which means for those that are, zero, for those that are listening to me, zero. They got zero done for the American people. They can't get an appropriations bill passed. They can't get a budget debt ceiling passed without the Democrats helping them. They can't get anything major passed without the Democrats helping them because they have they have all these wackos running the leadership, but the rank and file don't always follow them in the Republican side, whereas the Democrats are kind of united and galvanized behind the minority leader, the speaker, the minority speaker, if you will, Hakeem Jeffries. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you tailored advice to improve your nutrition, workouts, sleep, and even stress management. All you have to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. Then, Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before and after workouts and meals, so you know exactly what's going on in your body in real time. And Lumen will give you tips to keep you on top of your health game, because your metabolism is at the center of everything your body does. Optimal metabolic health translates to a bunch of benefits, including easier weight management, improved energy levels, better fitness results, better sleep, etc. It can also track your cycle and adjust your recommendations to keep your metabolism healthy through hormonal shifts so you can keep up your energy and stave off cravings. So if you want to take the next step in improving your health, go to lumen.me/legalaf to get 15% off your Lumen. That's LUMEN.me/legalaf for 15% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode. So they can't get anything passed. The only thing that they can seem to get together on is that they're going to ban the one transgender member who identifies as a woman from the ladies' bathroom. That they were able to do. Now, last I looked, the price of eggs didn't drop a dime, or gas prices, or anything else that people worry about in their personal economy, like rent, or mortgage, or down payment rates, or any of that. But they're going to try to block the woman from going to the bathroom. So this is what this do-nothing Congress does. And there's no one more do-nothing than Marjorie Taylor Greene. Remember when Speaker of the House was Kevin McCarthy, he blocked her from every committee. The only way that members of the House can really have effective power is to be on the major committees of the House. If you're just a committee-less House member, you got nothing. You meet to vote on the big pick, but you don't do anything to shape the rules. All the power is in the committees, if they can ever get anything passed. If you're in a brand new, made-up subcommittee as the liaison to a made-up non-government department, you probably are not going to get much done, and you have been put at the kids' table in the corner. I don't know about anybody putting baby in the corner, but they certainly put Marjorie Taylor Greene there. If I was Musk and Ramaswamy, I would look at myself like, who is our liaison? Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're getting nothing done. Certainly not the trillions of dollars of government spending and cuts and efficiency recommendations being pushed through who? By whom? Marjorie Taylor Greene up to the Oversight Committee, James Comer, and then have to have it voted on by and have the Democrats join? This is not, okay, here we go. This is not DOGE. This is the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. This is DOA. That's all I needed to hear was Marjorie Taylor Greene was going to be their liaison. And if Elon Musk hasn't realized that he is no longer in the inner orbit of Donald Trump, but has spun off at best to a remote satellite, Marjorie Taylor Greene being the person that he's going to have to deal with on a regular basis is all he needs to know. Here's my prediction. Put this hot take in a time capsule and leave a comment below. We'll come back and talk about it in a year. Does anybody think I'll predict now, this DOGE committee, subcommittee, department, fake department, non-agency, agency, isn't going to accomplish a darn thing at all. They're not going to cut one civil servant. They're not going to implement it all, not from there anyway. Now look, the cabinet heads, that's a different story. Linda McMahon has been put in charge of a department, the Department of Education, that Donald Trump wants to kill. I'm sure she's going to euthanize her own department, the education department. I'm sure she's going to furlough people, lay them off, cut the budget down to zero. No, we don't need any more money. Cut it in half, get rid of people. Yeah, that's what she's going to hollow this thing out. It'll exist in name only, and our American educational standards and public education will go down the tubes. That's what's going to happen there. And then every other department head is going to do the same thing that Donald Trump puts in charge. You know, EPA director, good luck. You know, cut the budget in half, send half the people home. This is going to happen over and over again. Pam Bondi, Department of Justice. We don't need all you lawyers. We don't need all you FBI agents and all. Cut the budget, get rid of it. FBI director, maybe Kash Patel or deputy FBI director, cut the budget, send half the people home. That's going to happen at the cabinet level. But at the Elon, Musk, Ramaswamy, Marjorie Taylor Greene level, not a person, not a dime. And so I want to call it all out right here. We'll continue to follow at the intersection of law and politics all of these items. We only do it in one place, the MeidasTouch Network. We're glad you're here. Hit the subscribe button. And then we got a new Legal AF YouTube channel that we started to build right before the election for this purpose. So come on over there. Legal AF MTN for MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We got a lot of content over there that you're not going to find on the MeidasTouch Network, but you will find on Legal AF. So until my next contribution, including the podcast Legal AF on Wednesdays and Saturdays, I'm Michael Popok, and I am reporting. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories, the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.